I want you to follow Body Issues over on YouTube by Pretty on Purpose, or you can catch the show wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
While I'm intoxicated, she starts her assassination. Losing all my honor and my years to the merciless. Giving all my life away, but I'm just so immersed in this. Killa. Killa. It won't even hurt a little bit. Killa. I'm only here for your benefit. I'm your every wish. Come on and let me in. Killa. Baby, this is innocent. Killa.
Oh snap! Do y'all remember that song from Lecrae?
I didn't hear that album.
I don't remember that one.
Look, he like no comment. That song is serious. That song is deep. Oh man, and that's a shout out to our guest of honor, not our special guest host, not you, Charles. To our guest of honor for tonight's episode. But before we get into it, welcome to Body Issues.
Hey everybody.
It's Friday. How y'all feeling? It's Friday.
Hey.
Friday.
It's
Friday. Oh my gosh. Welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are joining in, listening to the Body Issues. We appreciate you guys so much. Remember, this show is a faith-based podcast. It is based off of Romans 8, constantly going between the flesh and the spirit and trying to figure out which is the right way to live and do the best that we can. It gets hard, it gets tough. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but we never, ever give up.
Nope.
I know y'all hearing that little bass going on, especially if you listen on the podcast. Shan, you all right? You got a cold?
Who, me?
Oh, it's not you. No, we got a very special host in the house tonight.
What's happening?
Mr. CJ Charles,
what's going on? I'm good, man. What's good? What's happening, man? Thank you for having me up here. I'm a fan of your podcast. I seen it. I was like, yo, I gotta be up there. You know what I mean? The Shan hit your boy with the alley, was like, hey, we want you to come. I was like, say less. You know what I mean? But I had to ask. I was like, because I thought I was gonna be calling in. I was like, do I gotta wear clothes for this? She was like, you have to wear clothes.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Please wear clothes.
Yeah, so you can thank Shannon for that. You know what I mean? But no, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all bringing me on to your podcast, man. It's a blessing. So glad y'all brought me up here.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I am so loving your energy. Shan, This was a good look. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am loving the vibe. Yo, I think we're really gonna have such a good time tonight.
We are
got to.
We are gonna have such a good time, especially with this topic. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce to you my beautiful, very intelligent, very talented host, Shan. Is in the building. What's up, Shan?
Woo! Hey, everybody. It's me. I'm here. Like they don't know. It's me. I'm here.
Present.
They might not know, but now they do.
Now you know. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. That is right. So I hope everybody's week has been good, has been blessed, despite all of what's been going on all around us. We are safe. We still have something to be thankful and grateful for. Right, guys?
Absolutely. For sure.
So Shan, what's going on around our world today? What's going on? What's happening?
So this week, we just want to give condolences to the families and friends of the victims of the mass shooting that took place in Atlanta, Georgia. Last week, taking the lives of 8 people while they were working. Also, we give condolences to the family and friends of the victims who were killed while shopping in a grocery store this past Monday in Boulder, Colorado, killing 10.
Wow.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I can't, it's so hard to not let fear grip you, but it's like when these stories keep coming at you, like one after the other, it's like, what is going on with people out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, man. But I mean, that's all the more reason to come to God, man, because you never know when it's going to be your time. And it's unfortunate that these things keep happening, but you know, it's just one of those things where it's like all you can do is really just pray, you know. Pray, and if you can, carry protection. Like I tell everybody, like especially in this day and age, like it's not like it was growing up, you know, in the 80s and 90s where you can just go out, go home, come back, you know, let your kids outside and play unsupervised, everything like that. Nah, not anymore, man. So it's unfortunate, but you know, hey, with God, that's the lone bright spot, you know. You know, I mean, that's the bright spot in all of this. So,
man,
you know,
that's the realest statement right there. You never know when it is your time. You are so right. I'm such an empath. So I be like really feeling these stories, even though I don't know these, I don't live nowhere near these places. Yeah. But I'm just thinking like on your day to day, like you get up to go to work, like the ladies in Atlanta going to work, or, you know, you run into the supermarket. You know how many times I tell my kids, oh, I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so you're so right, Charles. Is you got to just make sure that relationship with God is on point, because you just never know.
For sure.
You never know. But Shan, I'm in agreement with you. We do send our condolences and our prayers to every person affected by these tragedies.
Absolutely. Okay, so when we were just talking about like fear and things like that, that actually kind of goes with my encouragement for the week. And there was a post that I shared, I think yesterday, I want to say, maybe today. I share so much. We share so much stuff.
I know, girl. We be up there. But for introverts, we really be out there. Right?
Yes. But CJ's an extrovert, so.
Oh, Team Extrovert is in the building.
Woo! Yeah, we're going to get to that later. You know what I'm saying? Because I have feelings about that.
No extroverts allowed.
Nah, we here now, baby.
Right. So my encouragement for the week, and the post actually states, reasons why I'm not worried. 1, God. Period. There's nothing else that comes after that. Like, I know that it's easy, especially in this day and time and things that's going on, for us to like really become worried and fearful and like, but when you know who you serve and you know who has your back and who's there, who lives inside of you and who's protecting you at all times, ain't nothing to worry about. That's it. God got you. God got us, like always, no matter what's going on, even in our personal lives. Like, you don't ever have to worry about anything. Do not worry. Do not be anxious. Do not fear. Because even if you are having those thoughts, like take it to God, like in prayer. You know what I mean? So that's my encouragement for the week. Reasons why you should not be worried. God, that's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Girl, yes.
That's dope.
You know, that is, you are speaking full truth right there. And once people really grasp that, because, you know, as church going folk, you know, we hear that all the time, and we'll sit up in church and be fanning and like, yes, preach it and all of that. But until you really grasp that in your life, it changes your life all the way around. It changes, like, you don't have to be so worried and so fearful. So that is so good, girl. I love that. I absolutely love that. Charles, you had something to add to that or no? You good?
No, I mean, it's straightforward, man. Like God, like everything begins and ends with God. Like, what else do you say to that? Like, God, if he's the Alpha and Omega, what else is there to say? There's really nothing else to say. Like, I don't understand why we were on a day-to-day. It doesn't make sense to me, because the Bible says that God sees a sparrow when he falls from the tree. So what you worried about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's say that, yo. Say that. People be forgetting about that, bro. I'm like, it's God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I digress.
Yeah. Oh, what is cup?
Energy drink is starting to kick in, bro.
Right. I can't with this cup. I cannot with this cup. Oh, but we have exciting news, guys, and my listeners and everybody watching. We have a brand new segment on body issues.
Hey.
Yes.
So excited for this. I am so excited for this. All right. So all of our listeners out there, we've got a brand new segment. It is called Living Green with Sarah. If you saw it posted up on social media, you saw her beautiful, lovely face. She is amazing. She is so smart, because, you know, I only run with smart women, you know, so she's smart. She is on it. Okay. And her passion is finances. Okay. And you listen, sitting down, talking with her, you walk away from the conversation learning so much and gain so much wisdom. So I want to introduce to everyone a very close friend, dear friend of mine. She's also my brother's girlfriend.
Brownie points.
So she gets,
hey cousin.
right.
Hey.
So she gets extra points in that arena. But I want to introduce to all of you out there the very beautiful, the very smart, and the very budget friendly Sarah Smith. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Sarah. I love this hype. Thank you guys. Thank you for wanting me to come on. And typically I bore people with all of my financial talks. So the one thing that I do want to say before I dive in is I hope that at least a little bit of time that I get to sprinkle some of my knowledge with everyone listening is that you gain something from this. You know, everyone asks questions about finances, and that's okay. And finances are scary. Money, especially when you got a whole lot going on and you're like, what the heck? And that's okay. Because you have to start from somewhere. Hello, me. If you ever want to know my financial story, you can call me because it's a long one. But
wow, she said call. Don't even hit her up on social media.
No, you can call me for this. So a little bit about me. As you know, I am Sarah, but my education background is actually in business economics and finance. So granted, I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't ever want to pursue that. It's a lot. So all of the knowledge that I have is from going to school, and as well as I'm a living this, you know, I've lived this. I've had to figure things out on my own, and it's just from me navigating and reading books and listening to podcasts and figuring stuff out. So you guys actually don't have to do as much work because I just want to share and sprinkle my knowledge to you guys.
I love that. So she's living what she's talking. Right.
Make me not broke anymore.
Look.
Yeah.
Make me not broke anymore. Unbreak me. Unbreak my heart.
No, unbreak my account. You mean?
Hey, that part.
Oh my God.
Tell me how to make money now.
Yes.
right now.
like right now.
Like today.
So
Sarah, you did not know you were in a classroom full of clowns right now. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
I mean,
Teach
at
us
least
how to
you
live
guys,
green.
at least you guys are making this more fun because, again, you know, finances it's typically very dry. So thank you for making this a lighter situation.
It's not dry when you can make it rain, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it rain over here. Let's go. Come on, Sarah.
Oh my God.
Tell me something good.
Oh my gosh. Charles, hush.
Nope. Nah, I'm trying to get to this bag, and Sarah got it. So
I'm
I need
laughing
to go ahead
so hard right now. Sarah, girl, hurry up before he comes out with another song. Hurry up.
So, Charles, you can definitely make a bag or two if you listen to my advice.
Let's go.
So,
all right, let's do it.
Yes. So honestly, today I wanted to start off with something light, and not really dive into, you know, everyone taking notes and, you know, do I need to read a book, etc. I actually saw a post from a financial influencer that I follow. So it's shout out at the Budget Mom. I follow her on Instagram, but I know she has a lot of other platforms. And more specifically, the post that I wanted to discuss that she did post is basically a question about your spending. And this question honestly will make you rethink every penny that you spend and why you're spending it. So Mo, I don't know if you can provide that, like,
I got you, girl. Don't worry.
For the audience, but the question reads, if I spend the money now, what am I giving up in the future? So I'm going to read that again because it is a very powerful statement. If I spend the money now, what am I giving up in the future? So honestly, the best exercise for someone to practice this is because we all spend random money on random things. Me, I'm guilty Starbucks. Me, I'm guilty snacks. Going to the gas station, more snacks. So a really good exercise to really look at this and reflect is for 1 week, any spending that you end up making a transaction of something $20 or less, keep the receipt, and at the end of the week, add up all of that money you spent, and you're going to be surprised at how much money you wasted on silly things. And
Wow.
and yes, and how could you have applied that to something else? So for instance, you may have a budget that boo boo, have you been looking at your budget lately? You may have went over on your budget. Are you supposed to be saving money for, maybe you were trying to save for in your emergency fund? Maybe one of your children has, I'm just going to say, for example, maybe they have sports uniforms that you need to purchase. Those are expensive. And also, a lot of America in general, we are a spending country. So we all have debt. That money that you accumulated from spending on random things throughout the week could be applied to something else, paying down your debt. And as simple as, look, these are small goals, large goals. How is this really affecting you? It's affecting your future no matter what, small, big, etc.
Yeah, that's a really good tip, Sarah, because those little expenditures add up, and by the end of the week or the end of the month, you notice that you've spent quite a lot.
Hey, I think 1 year, maybe like 3 years ago, I ended up looking at my budgeting spreadsheet. By all means, nothing fancy. And I remember how much money I spent on just spending. It's pretty shocking.
It was depressing, wasn't it? You were like, what in the world?
The fact that you said spreadsheet already lets me know that you are leagues ahead of the game, because you said spreadsheet. Right. I hate spreadsheets. Being forced to use them when I was in corporate America.
Yes.
I am a spreadsheet queen. And honestly, I don't even want like anyone listening. When I say spreadsheet, don't freak out. Finances, the beauty of it is you do what's best for you. What's best for me is not best for someone else, or what method I choose may not be best for someone else. Mm-hmm. So you can honestly do, what's good for you. And if not using a spreadsheet because you hate them and you don't want to look at them, don't. As long as you're just aware. I think being aware of what you're doing, what you're spending. And a lot of people are in denial. They want to avoid their finances because they're afraid. There may be shame associated with it, but look, I'm human. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, honestly, I don't want you guys to think I'm rolling in the dough, because I'm not. If I was, I would be in a way better place than I am financially, but everyone's on a financial journey. Yeah. So, I just think if you just make those conscious decisions, take a step back. And this is a perfect example. Next time you go to the grocery store, look at all the things in your shopping cart and say to yourself, if I buy all this, how is this going to affect me? If it doesn't, cool, that's wonderful. But I'm sure there's some things that you could put back that you don't need.
Yeah, so, that's some really great advice. Sarah, thank you so much for joining in. So just if anybody wants to recap on that, we are going to post it up on social media. And don't forget, you can always double back through the show and listen to the segment again, so you can really, really get that piece of information for your finances. Sarah, you did great. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we look forward to having you back.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. All right, well, you guys have a great night.
Thanks, girl.
All right.
Hey,
see you later.
Wait. Real quick. And just in like 5 seconds. 5 seconds, Sarah.
Oh,
5 seconds.
okay, 5 seconds.
Give me your immediate reaction to the hot topic story that we're going to discuss tonight, because you already know what we're going to discuss tonight.
Clown.
Wow!
That's all I'm gonna say. I got played.
Clown. Okay, and with that, we
Ooh.
will see you. We'll see you next time, girl. Love you.
All right,
Thank
love you. Bye.
Way to set
Bye.
the stage.
Oh my gosh. All right. So yes, that was Living Green with Sarah. You guys can look forward to more financial tips, advice, and hacks for your bank account coming up in the future. All right. Promo time.
Hey, let's go.
Y'all already know on the promo list, my ladies out there, sorry, gentlemen, this is not for you, unfortunately, but Pretty on Purpose is the popping group over on Facebook. Please make sure that if you're not already following that group, that you follow ASAP. It is a beautiful sisterhood, a beautiful community of women that want to see each other shine and grow. We encourage each other every single day. Also, live every Friday night, 9 p.m., we dig in, dive in deep to relationship advice, suggestions, and all those beautiful things to help you build a beautiful and healthy relationship. And Charles, I'm kicking it over to you. What do you have for us today?
All right. First of all, it's your boy Charles, also known as CJ, also known as Kamikaze Charles, depending on where you know me from. But look, I have a lifestyle brand called Workflow. That's WERK-FLO. So you can follow me on all my socials at Workflow. You can also follow me at Kamikaze Charles on the gram. That's KAMIKAZICHARLES, Kamikaze Charles. So just a quick bit on Workflow. Basically what it is, it's a lifestyle brand. I have a media company, so we do audio recording, we shoot videos, commercial, music videos, everything in between. Photography, also have merch, clothing line. You know what I mean? I do music with Shannon, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Stone Rose.
Okay, I mean? Stone Rose underscore. Don't
exactly. So you see a pop up on that stuff. You know what I mean?
I
got on one of my shirts right now. You know what I'm saying? The Immortal Spirit Team. You can go to www.work-flow.com. Go ahead and get you on shop. So yeah, I think that's about it for the plugs.
I love it. I love every single second of all of that. All right, Shan, you gonna start us off tonight, girl.
Can I say something real quick before we get started?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Clearly, I'm on the Body Issues podcast. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, I just want to say that both you guys are beautiful. Skin is radiant.
Oh,
but as a man sitting here looking at you, first of all, I can appreciate it. But second of all, I've been over here the whole time trying not to go like this with my eyebrows because y'all's eyebrows are perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I've been over here just low key. It's been burning me up. I've been wanting to just be like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see, like I'll be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But I just want to let y'all know that y'all are radiant, and I'm trying to get my eyebrows like yours.
Listen, this hand is Michelangelo, okay? This hand is Michael J. Fox. I gotta.
Ooh, hey, yo. Hey, you gotta be ambidextrous, baby. You gotta be ambidextrous. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn to use that left. You know what I mean? But that's all I wanted. I just had to point that out.
Thank you so much, CJ. That's awesome. Shit. I can't right now.
I knew this is gonna be a good show. I'm trying to. Okay.
I do want to shout out CJ's locks over here because my man is in here like King Mufasa. Okay, I mean, like giving us royalty vibes right now.
You gotta draw like Salt Bayosis. You know what I'm saying? Walk in the room like, hey, y'all seen Coming to America too? Listen, when I seen General Izzy walk in the room from this day forward, you know what I mean? If I would have thought about it ahead of time, I would have walked on a podcast like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'd have kicked in my door and walked in here just like General Izzy and sat down. You know what I mean?
I would have died if you did that.
So tell us real quick, how long have you been growing your locks?
Since June of 2013.
Glorious. Yeah, I mean, they are glorious. They're biblical. They're like if Samson was sitting in the room with us right now, I'm pretty sure this is how his hair would look. Like, I mean, just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
So all these beautiful people on the show.
Yes, I love it.
I'm having such a good time. Okay, so we got to get into this topic because people are hurting out here. People are hurting. So go ahead, Shan. What you got for us,
This is
girl?
deep one, y'all. So it's a little heavy, but we're gonna get into it.
So
I'm gonna just introduce the body issue.
Yeah, girl.
Today. Okay, so body issue. A cheating heart. Being unfaithful in your marriage relationship. How to avoid it. What to do if it happens. What can other believers or leaders do to help support their friends going through this? So, CJ.
all right. Where you want to start? That's a lot.
So let's just start with being unfaithful in your marriage and relationship. What that kind of looks like, why people do it, your opinion on why people might.
Got you. Okay.
Not that it's justified.
Cool. Let's jump right in then.
Yeah.
So, just speaking from a man's perspective, so I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard it before, but like men are very, very, very visual beings, right? So, and let me put a disclaimer out there. By no means am I condoning cheating or supporting cheating or anything like that. So let me just go ahead and get that clear.
Disclaimer, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't about to DerrickJxn me. That's not about to happen. So we ain't doing that today, yo. So no, I do not co-sign or condone cheating, nor am I saying that you have to stay in a relationship. If you feel like you need to leave, get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to leave, stay, the choice is on you. So I'm just putting my disclaimers out there. You know what I'm saying? But going back to it, as a man, like we're very visual, right? So a lot of times when it comes down to it, just removing just everything else, a man will see a woman and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who he is. Like, I don't care, saved, not saved, that I don't even care if he's gay. You know what I'm saying? A man will see a woman and whether he acknowledges it or not will be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But what separates men from animals is the fact that we can think, we have logic, we have thought process that we can follow in order to be like, you know what, I see it, but I don't have to act on it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people, they ignore that. They'll just be like, well, I see it, I'm finna go for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, it is a measure of self-control that I feel like, men should have, but unfortunately, a lot of times they don't, or if they start with it, if they start with self-control and then end up finding themselves in a situation, you got to kind of look at what's going on in the household. The biggest reason I find that cheating starts is from a lack of communication in all straits, right? So, people are like, I'm sure we'll get to this later, but people were talking about, how Derrick's wife was looking, right? You know what I'm saying? But the point is Beyonce got cheated on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes down to appearance, you really can't use that as staying power, but it's still important though. So what happens with a lot of men, again, being visual, is that, let's say their wife, before they get married, bad, you know what I'm saying? Dressing up every time they go out, it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like clothes fitting everywhere, it's supposed to fit, all of that, right? But then you get married and it's like, yo, all of that goes away. You see what I'm saying? Like at that point, then it's like, dang, okay, do I tell her? I don't want to offend her by saying, yo, what happened? But it's like, you know what I mean? So then that's where, depending on what you believe, you know what I'm saying? But that's where you leave room for the enemy, the adversary, Satan, to come in, right? Because Satan cannot make you do anything. So that's number one, right? Mm-hmm. All he does is have truths and very strong suggestions. You know what I mean? But if you place yourself in a situation to be vulnerable to those things, then you're going to be susceptible to whatever it is that he has to say. So then what happens is you're not communicating with your wife or significant other. You're already having these thoughts like, dang, I wish. Now you see shorty out there, she bad. And now you hear that whisper and you're like, yo, go say something to her. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just, hey, hello, how are you? But then on top of that, because you're not talking to your spouse, what does she start talking and tell you everything you want to hear? Not even trying to get at you, just like, yo, you know what I mean? Just on casual conversation. It's like, yo, oh, she's super cool, right? You know what I mean? So now you're cool with her. She's already in a space that she shouldn't be, because now you're spending more time talking to her than you are your wife. You see what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, dang, how do we get here? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like, number one, as a man, like, we definitely need to be responsible for our own actions. That's number one. But number two, it's like, yo, don't set yourself up. Don't put yourself in situations where that can be a possibility. You know what I mean? Like communication is key. You know what I mean? Like I've been with my wife we've been together for like 14 years. We've been married for coming up on 9.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. And, I've learned a lot of stuff the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, with boundaries to like all that. So these are all things that like I've experienced, like, having somebody in a space that I should not have had somebody in, and just seeing the wedge that it can start to drive in between the relationship, you know what I mean? And just knowing that if that's not checked or it goes, left unattended, the huge gaping hole it can leave for any and everything that happened. So I think that most men don't cheat intentionally. Most good men, I'll say that. I don't think most good men cheat intentionally. Hey, no, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. You know what I'm saying?
About to get DerrickJxn.
My neck went.
We gonna get to that. But most good men, I do not believe they enter into that intentionally. I believe they get snuck, you know what I'm saying? And I also believe they don't have people around them, you know what I'm saying, to tell them, yo, bro, like, what's up? Like D-Jack, who was DerrickJxn talking to? He clearly couldn't have been talking to nobody, because what he was doing made no sense.
I'm glad that you brought him up. So I have a clip. If you don't know what we're talking about or who we're referring to, this is self-proclaimed relationship guru, the woman whisperer, I like to call him, because he has a lot of women followers and a lot of male haters. Let's just say what it is, okay? And he is an attractive male. He is an attractive male. To be honest with all of y'all, I did not know this man was married until about maybe a year ago, maybe a little less.
Nobody knew he was married because
so
posting his wife. Anyway, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So I'm just setting this up for who this type of person is. So he's a social media personality. He is a public speaker. He is an author. He gives out pretty solid advice, most of the time. And like I said, thousands and thousands, if not millions of people follow him. So apparently DerrickJxn is human. Who knew? Just like the rest of us. And he got caught out stepping out on his wife. What I'm going to play for you right now is a clip. The full video is 7 minutes. I was going to play the full 7 minutes, but I don't want to play the whole thing. If y'all nosy enough and really want to go find out, it's all over social media. Just type in his name, Derrick, DerrickJxn, Jaxn. You could type it in and dig around, and there's plenty to shop around and listen to the whole story. But I am going to play a clip of just a couple of minutes of him talking about this in this video. Oh, you know what? Before I play the video, hold on. Hold on.
No.
I gotta do this right.
No.
I gotta make sure I do.
Shorty pulled the bonnet out. No.
Okay. Now I am ready to play the clip. Here we go. I felt like I needed to be in oneness. I had to be, look at my glasses. I had to be in oneness.
You're disrespectful. You're so disrespectful. She pulled the bonnet out.
I had to be in like mind and like spirit. Okay. Hold on, here we go. So, here it is.
Guys, DerrickJxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely.
He's talking real low on this.
And we just wanted to address
Can you guys hear this?
Mm-hmm.
No? Oh, hold on, it stopped. Hold on one second, because we're gonna let this brother talk. Is this it?
I guess.
All right, let me know if you can hear it.
What's going on, guys? DerrickJxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae. And we just wanted to address a couple of things. We understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that DerrickJxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent, and think that I can't be held accountable. The same way that I preach.
So
thank you.
That's enough for me. I don't know.
Because he was getting on my nerves, bro.
Because the part that gets it for me is like, you cannot build a platform. So, sir, you've built a platform on
it's already built.
On doing just that. What do you mean? But anyways, so y'all like my bonnet?
Wow for that, yo.
This is a lot with the crooked glasses and the
bruh. That was
because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. I got my headphones, the bonnet, the glasses. I'm trying to get it all together.
Well, I'm glad you got your bonnet on because I ain't pulling no punches today. So you might need that to keep everything intact.
But so okay, Shan, you go ahead because I got to get my thoughts together. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna just start it off with this because we going, we all gonna get into it or whatever. But so let's just talk about how, like I just said, it was a surprise to me that he was even married. Like, first of all, I don't follow him, and I'm gonna tell you why. For me, I've seen his videos and I could see BS through most people, and I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Not knowing what was really going on, didn't want to just like, prejudging him, you don't, but at the same time, I was like, something, whatever. And I just never paid no mind. But because he's so popular, of course, I saw his videos circulating. They were, all on social media, but I never heard him mention that he was married. And not to say he didn't, I just didn't hear that. And I heard a lot of people say, oh, I didn't know he was even married. Okay. And here's why. So initially, he wasn't posting his wife on social media, right? So naturally, like I didn't even know she existed until the situation happened for real. So like, I'm just being honest. And so that goes back to what we talked about, private versus secretive.
Body issues. Shout out to body issues again. We be on it, right, Shan? Thank you, Lord.
We do. And privacy is wonderful. It's actually really, really good for, if it's privacy and the intentions are good. But secret, just keeping, you have a whole wife out here. You know what I mean? You don't always have to post about her and stuff like that. That's privacy. I feel like we'll get back to that. Okay, so to me, it appeared that he was creating like a single man image to attract women as followers. So, like you just said, Mo, a lot of women see him and they're like, oh, he's attractive. He's this big, buff looking football player. Look like he should be a football player, and
yeah, I think he was. And then he used to be or something. I don't know.
Right. And then he's speaking all this life into us women, and then we're just falling off. And it's like, okay.
Shan, people were falling apart, like in the comment sections, falling apart. Like, I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, my life, I've listened to everything. And I'm like, this goes back to worshiping people. Like, why are you worshiping this person? He is a person. And Shan, I'm on the same tip like you. Like when I saw his videos, like you can't help to not see it because he is so popular, like you said. But when I first saw him, when he first came out, I could read, well, I can't say that word on here. I could read Playboy all over him. Like, I was just like, this dude is a player for sure. He's using this platform to put himself out there. So I'm in agreement with you for sure. So many people are so disappointed with him because, like I said, they look to him to be like the relationship Bible. You know what I'm saying? And instead of looking to God, what?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to let you finish before I share my thoughts on the homeboy.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm trying to let you finish.
Yeah, like they're looking at him like he's God, and this is what happens when we put people in God's place. You get disappointed every time. Go ahead, CJ.
Bro is a pick me. So let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and start right there. So I didn't know about dude until any of this happened. You know what I mean? I saw memes going around. DerrickJxn did that. I'm like, who is DerrickJxn? So when I went to go look up, you know, I went to go look him up. So I was like, all right, let's see what's going on. So, you know, I saw his video with his wife and I was kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? He didn't really seem too emotionally attached, but I was like, okay, because I'm not emotionally attached. So I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? Sometimes people that aren't really big in their feelings can come across as very insincere, right? So I was like, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Let me dig a little bit deeper. Boy, the more videos I watched, the more I was like, yo, bro was full of it. So then I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know enough about bro to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know this man, you know what I'm saying? Nor do I really care what he does in his day to day. It doesn't have anything to do with me. But since it's coming across my feed, you know what I mean? I need to find out what's going on. My last straw was when bro literally did a reaction video to his own video. I'm like, this man is a sociopath, yo. If you know, so my mom is she has a master's degree in psychology. So I've always been around it. I've read the DSMs. I've looked through the DSMs. Bro, number one is classic for sure signs. Sociopathic tendencies.
Narcissistic.
Definitely a narcissist. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, because I mean, listen, I'll be the first one to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, I was never a full-blown narcissist, but I definitely had some narcissistic tendencies. So immediately I was like, oh, this looks familiar. I've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? I was like, exactly. I was like, yo, I've seen this before. This seems familiar to me.
This sounds,
and I'm like, yo, my man gave a breakdown. I'm like, okay. So the insincerity is created by an inability to process emotion. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what's happening. Like I was telling Shan earlier, man, that like a lot of times when stuff like that happens with people who are already not emotional for real to begin with, like what happens is you create a partition in your heart and in your mind. You see what I'm saying? And it separates you from everything. And if you live long enough, eventually it starts to separate you from reality. So usually what happens with people like that, and I'm not saying that, again, I don't know this man, you know what I'm saying? But I know somebody that was just like him. And I'm like, usually what happens with this is there's some type of trauma or something that happens in your childhood to make you feel like you're not enough, so to speak. So then you have to overcompensate in every single area, right? So now it's like, yo, bro's a relationship guru. I was telling Shan, I was like, yo, first of all, he in the wrong profession, number one. You know what I mean? Because bro looks like he's either an ebony model man of the month or, you know what I'm saying, my boy is a linebacker for the Bears. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, number one, you missed your calling, bro. Like this is what you're supposed to be doing. You out here, you know what I mean?
Missed it by this much.
But the reason why I said he's a pick-me is because looking and watching his videos, I'm like, what you're doing now is you're pandering to women. Yes, the advice that you're giving is solid advice, but at the same time, yo, Satan told the truth in the garden. He was like, yo, if you eat this, you will become like God. You know what I'm saying? And we did, in the respect that we knew the difference between good and evil. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what bro did. You know what I'm saying? How do you deceive somebody? You always put a little bit of truth.
That wasn't even about me, but ouch.
Right. It's real though. It's real. That's what happened. So I'm like, that's literally what bro was doing. You know what I mean? He has a gift. Like something else me and Shannon were talking about is like certain men are very perceptive, and something that people don't talk about, the gifts really do come without repentance. You know what I'm saying? So people be moving and operating the prophetic don't even be known. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, something that I know way back when, you know what I'm saying? I could look at a woman, I could hear what she said, I could tell by what she was wearing, and I could tell by how she walked everything I needed to know. I could come up to her and read her verbatim, and it was always the same reaction. How did you know? And I'm just like, Birdman hand rubs, baby. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things where it's like, yo, if you let that go on long enough, it can become predatory. You see what I'm saying? And bro built a whole business off of this. So my thing is this, like, I'm all for grace. I'm all for, you know, and this kind of goes back to what we were saying about, you know, good men that cheat. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, the problem is bro has too much ego, and his ego led the way. So now he's trying to come out and be like, God this, God that. But I'm like, bro, you didn't check your ego at the door. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to sit up. First of all, nobody can ever say what they will and they won't do. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is try to keep ourselves you know what I mean, and accountability and the light.
Living
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. Not doing crazy stuff because it can happen to anybody on a wrong day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, but he didn't lead with that humility though. Bro's ego was about this big, thought he was somebody. And that man was out. Well, okay, I'm on body issues, so I will censor what I was gonna say.
What?
You know what
oh no, you haven't really been listening to our show.
Bro he was getting around. You know what I'm saying? He was getting around. You know what I'm saying?
You can talk very freely on this show because it is. See, here's the thing, and I'm glad that you said that. Just how you said that. Oh, I'm on body issues. That is the problem inside of the Christian community. Is that we feel like, oh, well, let me taper, and the thing is, and that's why this is called body issues, because people are suffering in silence, right? Shan, we talked about this. People are suffering in secret and they don't feel safe enough, comfortable enough, or whatever to say what you got to say. This show, say what you got to say, because I promise you there are people listening that need to hear what we have to say.
Yes. Okay. Hey, first of all, thank you.
Speak on it.
I need to hear.
I mean, well, hold on, wait. We're not cursing or nothing.
No, look, Shannon knows. I've worked on this for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I met Shannon, I was already pretty much there. But like, you know, before I had a tendency to just be like, yeah, and I'd be like, whoa, okay. So yeah, but no, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, moral of the story is, you know what I'm saying? I'll you know what I'm saying, let y'all share your thoughts. But moral of the story is, man, like he has no real friends. He can't have any real friends because anybody would have told this man he tripping. When I had people around me like that, they told me, bro, you tripping. I told them, bro, you tripping. I've been cussed out many a times by people I was close to.
CJ, unless arrogant, bro. The friends that he's hanging around, and this is why I'm saying, and this is why I brought this up, Shan, last week with the Kirk Franklin thing, when he had all those men of God on the phone with him and he was talking the way he was talking. Unless DerrickJxn got friends who are men of God in his life, who are living the same way, and so they could be yes men.
Two, don't none of Derrick. I bet don't none of his friends look like him, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess, he's probably the most attractive man in his circle because he can't be around people that outshine him, yo. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, he's probably the best looking dude in the circle, yo. I don't walk around being like, oh yeah, this man is
now. Now I gotta do research to see.
I'm just saying, hey, report back to me, let me know what you find. But I'm like, yo, if you find a circle at all. And what I found crazy is that he actually sat down with Charlamagne on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, and they had a whole conversation and talked about accountability. So I'm like, yo, all this is lip service at this point, bro. I'm like, you know what I mean? If I was him, I'd have been like, listen, you know what I'm saying? These are things that I struggle with. I'm speaking from experience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's how you gain grace. You out here, you're purporting yourself to be something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're like, and, you know, just women. And the crazy part about it is he lied when he came out on the first video. He talked about, what was it? He had a sexual relations, but it wasn't sex. How you do that? I'm a grown man. I ain't never seen that before. How you have sex, but you don't have sex?
There's a number of men that say that I've seen in the public eye that, you know, got caught cheating. It was like, it's not what are you talking about?
No, it don't work like that. I don't know. Not in family life, not in real life. It does not work like that. Sex is sex. You know what I'm saying? A plus B equals C. You feel me? So I'm like, I don't understand how you could say that you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me. So it's like already you came out and lied, but now you're backtracking, bringing your wife into it. You know what I'm saying? And I know nothing about her, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you can, and this is what sucks. And I know that you were probably going to say something about this like later, Shannon, but like as a Christian woman, you can sort of feel like, okay, you know what? It's my duty to, you know what I'm saying? Like take him back, And you know what I mean? I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shut up for a second. But my thing is this. Again, my disclaimer stands.
Those locks are giving you superpowers over there.
It's the energy drink. It's the energy drink and relationship. I've been in so many failed relationships and a really long successful one that I have a broad spectrum on what it is and what doesn't. Yeah. But man, I'm just like, yo, it's one of those things where it's like she definitely can leave, but it's sometimes you feel like that pressure is like, I have to stay. But I'm like, if bro was sincere, then I'd be like, okay, because a lot of people don't want to talk about this in marriage, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't realize marriage is a long-term commitment. And if you go on a marriage without an extended amount of grace, you ain't gonna last. Because in marriage, your partner will offend you to the utmost for the craziest things. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not saying this as an excuse to cheat, but at the same time, just looking at it from the other side, if you want a lasting relationship, there are some things that you have to evaluate deeply before you make a decision. But in this man's case, nah, bro, because only reason he came out is because he got caught. If dude didn't get caught, I guarantee you he would have still been out here making videos talking about
COVID out here ratting on everybody.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, hey, ain't nobody safe, bro. Ain't nobody safe.
Go ahead,
I'll say this. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on when it comes to cheating, because we're talking about like what to do if it happens and blah blah blah. So here's the thing about it, right? Every woman is different, every man is different, and their views on like, okay, I believe if you're like, look, that's one thing I'm not gonna tolerate. If it happens, I'm out. I get it. I totally get it. And if that's where you at with it, I overstand, because I feel the same way. However, if you are a person that's like, okay, I'm gonna forgive, and this person is genuine and saying, again, you can't never say what you won't do, because you don't know until it happens, which, you know, I wish that on no one. But, you know, you can say, okay, well, my husband made a mistake or my wife made a mistake, and, you know, we want to work it out, whatever. I ain't gonna hold you. Good. Like, you decided to work it out, that's good. But my issue comes in when a person does it multiple times. It's like, you did it once. That's amazing grace right there, that the person even allowed, you know, was like, okay, I'm willing to work this out. Because that's like one of the biggest violations. Cheating and abuse are two things that we ain't doing that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you just never know. Well, don't be letting nobody beat you up. But anyway, what I'm saying is, if you're in a marriage and that happens and you choose to stay, but then it's like, at what point do you realize your worth? Because now you're just allowing this person to do whatever. Because if they did it once and they did it again, that means they don't care about you. I'm sorry, there's no way you can love someone and say, I'm willing to fix this. And then they're like, okay, do all the work. Let's do all the work to fix it. And then you turn around and do it again. So that's a problem that you have on your own that you need to fix. And that person deserves way better than you. I'm sorry. So we're not doing that. Like, you have to learn your worth. Like, that is not a reason. And I'm gonna just say this, because I was talking to my husband about this last night. I feel like a lot of the times, not just as believers, but people in general, like, they're like, oh, marriages don't last the way they used to, and da-da-da. That's because your granddaddy was cheating on your grandma, probably had. Not everybody, but I'm just saying, back then.
Hey, that's why I got all them aunts and uncles, yo. My family deep.
I'm just saying.
Our family too. We got cousins all over the world.
But that's for real. Seriously. But the beauty of now is that people are realizing, and I love what I'm seeing now, that people are like, okay, like, seeing that, okay, I know my worth. I'm not gonna let someone treat me like this. There are some people still struggling with that, but I do see that in a lot of women that I might know personally, or that I just see or connect with on like social media, that have dealt with cheating. Okay, some of them, you know, they were like, okay, we're gonna work this out that one time, and it's worked for them. Then you have some women who were like, okay, this happened twice, I'm out. So know your worth. Like, don't let people just do whatever to you. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Period. So that's what
exactly. So just like all these stories that we cover, you know, I go through a mix of emotions. First, I was like, I saw that coming, you know, like, just like I said, off of his vibe and things like that. Before I give my thoughts, though, I do want to say that no one is beyond the help or healing power of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right.
So I do not want to get up here and say, oh, he's up here throwing around God, because I'm hearing a lot of that on social media. Oh, now he want to talk about, listen, your girl right here was just out wilding just about a year ago, okay, claiming Jesus and still out here wilding. All right. So we as believers and as a body, and if we call each other brothers and sisters, we need to be there for each other as brothers and sisters. Yeah, we're going to say that was stupid, that was dumb what you did, but I'm going to love on you, I'm going to pray on you, or pray with you, I'm going to support you, you know, and help to keep people on track, because the devil is real, temptation is real, these spirits and demons are real. Absolutely.
Okay, so, and I agree with everything you just said. You know what I'm saying? I just want to add an asterisk to this, right? You know what I'm saying? That the Bible says a tree is known by its fruit. If I go to an apple tree, I should not find oranges on this apple tree. You know what I'm saying? In the case of DerrickJxn, D-Jack, you know what I'm saying? My boy.
Yo, you're killing me with this name, D-Jack. Why?
D-Jack, you know what I'm saying? My boy. I heard what he's saying about God, but my man's apple tree is looking real oranges.
But let me tell you why, and I'm going to tell you why, because Shan, and we've had this discussion, sex is a heck of a drug. I'm going to tell you right now, that sex spirit is a hard one to kick out. I'm telling you, because I know I had to be delivered from lusting and promiscuity and all kinds of nonsense and craziness. So yeah, and I was standing up there with two hands up at the altar talking about, yeah, I'm delivered. And then the next week, and I'm like, out here. That spirit,
I feel you though.
That spirit, when it attaches to you, it is hard. And yeah, I'm right there with you, bro, because when I watch his videos and I see him talking about, you can still see he is struggling inside. He still has
really a struggle.
He is struggling.
You think it's a struggle? Because it looks like he ain't struggling with nothing, sis. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. My boy ain't struggling with not in there, nothing, yo. See, and that's the difference. From you might have been struggling when you were going through what you were going through, because you might have had the thought, like, dang, man, even while you was like, I need to, you know what I'm saying? Do you see my boy? My boy's talking like, yeah, and you know the other thing is, and just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and he's talking to himself in the third person.
I
can't. I'm sorry, yo.
Because
I cannot.
DerrickJxn was doing.
Yeah.
Why are you talking like that, sir?
I was confused for half the video. I was like, is he?
Who's he talking about?
Look at me in my digital eyeballs. I feel you. I really do. And I feel like for somebody that's genuine, that 100% applies, yo. You know what I'm saying? But you try the spirit by the spirit, and boy looking unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? We all know D-Jack. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that God could never, but I'm saying right now, God ain't nowhere in that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
God looking at that, scratching his head like the rest of us.
Yo, but what I'm saying is it's a struggle, because he's not only dealing with that sexual lusting spirit that he's got going on, he's also got to struggle with his pride and that narcissism and whatever other mental issues might be going on. That is a struggle. So yes, when I look at him, yeah, he's trying to save his career. He's trying to save himself right now for sure. But he's also struggling internally and spiritually. So we got to remember to look at things in the spirit realm as well as on the outside. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I had time to kind of process all this, because I was right there with everybody else. I was like, this dude is a clown. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. His wife is going through it. This is really tough. Like, I sat back and really thought about their situation. And we've been in situations, and thankfully it wasn't public, for millions of people to scrutinize, throw in their comments, make fun of us, talk bad about us. Like, they're going through all of this privately and then also publicly as well. So there's just a lot. I know, CJ, I know what you're saying, but there's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on there. But what I do, I want to bring it back to our own yard, because that's what we do on the show, right, Shan? We talk about the stuff that's happening out there, but then we bring it back to us, because we could get lost being all in somebody else's sauce and telling them what ingredients they should and shouldn't have up in that sauce, and then our sauce is home tasting like plastic. Like, it just don't, you know.
DerrickJxn got Kool-Aid talking about his sauce.
Oh God. This must be a male thing for sure. Like, you are, and it's not just you. It's a lot of dudes is riding this hard right now for all of this.
I'm just like, come on,
you can
bro.
understand why though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just like,
that's
dog.
understandable.
Like, it's like, bruh, because listen, and Shannon can tell you, I extend maybe more grace than I even should a lot of times in a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when I see stuff like this, it's like, come on, bro. It's not like this was an accident and this happened. It's like, oh, dang. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
That part is true. And it's like talking about in public, he set himself up for this. It's not like this happened and they weren't in the public and the public decided to make this public. D-Jack was in his car riding around the streets of Atlanta trying to tell y'all how to live your best life. And he was living his best life, clearly. So that's why I'm like, I just can't ride with it, man. Like, I didn't have strong feelings on this at first. at all. I was just like, I don't know this man. I don't really care what he does or what he doesn't do. But the more we talk about it, and the more I see, the more I'm like, bro, this is why. And okay, let me start by saying this.
So do you think this was a scheme of his, this whole entire, do you think he went into this intentionally? Now, I'm not talking about the cheating part. I'm talking about the whole platform of pandering to women. And you think he went into this intentionally to say, hey, here's a niche I could get into. I'm good looking. People, I got a nice deep voice. They'll listen to me. Let me take advantage.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because as successful as he is, you can't go to it by accident.
You think so? For sure?
I absolutely agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
My boy knew, look at his followers. That man is set up. He's an author. He has 700 and
I mean, I agree. I'm not saying I disagree, but I'm just like, wow, like this is really malicious. This is really malicious. Like to do what you do. It's like knowing that you're living how you living.
Right. That's the part right there.
So do you think this is that syndrome of like you get caught, you kill somebody, you go to prison, and now you want to invite God into your life and into all your stuff? Or do you really think this man is really looking for redemption through Christ Jesus, not in the public eye, but through
No.
Oh damn.
I do not at all,
real close.
Period. It is a lie. It is a lie. Wow. My man is up here trying to save face in his business and using his wife as a pawn to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel so bad for her, man. I really
that was a thing that I was like, because my thing is, like I said, this whole time she hasn't really.
I mean, had her up there, like. Had her up. I mean, like, listen. Now, I'm gonna get on her a little bit too, though, but maybe not, because this, to me, I'm a body language person. I'll listen to what you're saying, but I read your body language. I look at what you're wearing. I'm looking at all of that, because all of that is telling me so much more than what's coming out your mouth. And when homegirl showed up in the video like this, right here, knowing that your man looked the way he looked, and he up here, and all these millions of women is up here, basically like, wow, something must be wrong with you, because and you gonna show up on the video like this? Like, what do y'all think? What y'all think about that?
So, okay.
Look at me. What did y'all think about this? Seriously, honestly.
Number one, I'm like, if I was, because she seems like a private person, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't seem like she is really in the spotlight like that. So already, if you cause a huge mess with millions of people, you're dragging me into this. I don't want to be there to begin with, you know what I'm saying? But she doesn't seem, and again, I don't know her. I have no idea. I could be completely wrong. But just off of what I see, she doesn't seem like the type of person that would already be dressed to the nines, or that's something that is of value to her. Because I looked at her Instagram and I was just like,
yeah, there were pictures of her dressed up, and she's very beautiful. She looked nice. Like, I mean, she's beautiful, period. But like, she was
I'm not talking about beauty. Please don't get that mixed up.
No,
just know how she dresses.
Appearance.
It is.
But as far as how she like looks, usually, like, I mean, come on, we all be in our bonnet and stuff at home, fine. But usually in the public, she doesn't look like how she looked that day. And to me, I saw more, like Mo was saying, I saw more than just what she was wearing. Like, sis looked stressed. And this isn't something that happened supposedly between them, like, recent. Like, this wasn't something that happened yesterday.
You're right.
A year ago, and you still stressed. So that's what's going on here. Like,
and see that right there, I didn't know it happened a year ago. That's why I'm like, I can't get this man a pass, because I'm like, if this happened a year ago, that means that you've been sitting on this for a year, and the only reason why you're explaining this is because
of Rona. Because Rona told on your behind.
Yeah,
bro. I'm like,
Rona's out here exposing everybody.
I did social media and marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's another part of what I do. And I'm like, in PR, you get ahead of the story. You don't react. You are proactive. That's why you see people with their reps put out a statement before something happens. You know what I'm saying? Hey, by the way, this is going to come to the light. If you know that this train is coming, you have to jump out there in front of it to try to stop what's happening.
Right.
This man decided he was his own PR, and the end result was him making a video about himself in the third person to explain the video that he did with him and his wife. I'm sorry. I don't got no love for DJ.
That was not a smart move. So let's bring this now into like our listeners' yards, like I said, because there may be somebody listening that's going through this, has gone through it, might go through it, or it might be on the other side. They might be team Jackson and thinking about stepping out, you know, and what can we tell them? How can we talk to people's hearts and their spirits right now going through this?
Well, I know something for me, you know what I'm saying? Like just in general, that helps. Like, I mean, if you're married or in a relationship or whatever the case may be, one thing that it actually says this in the Bible. I can't remember if it's in Proverbs or where it's at, but there was a scripture that stuck out to me years ago. And I can't remember what it was verbatim, but essentially it's basically saying that, and it's ironic we're talking about how Shorty was dressed too, you know what I'm saying? Because it literally says basically like, you know, you got to take care of your wife the same way you take care of yourself.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And like when I read that, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. You know what I'm saying? Because like shout out to me and baby around here looking homeless. I was just talking about it. I got to fix it because of the Rona. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, yo, I'm not gonna go out and get fresh and then have her over here busted. You know what I'm saying? Like if anything, I'm gonna make sure that, you know, we matching when we go out, like our fly matches. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So one thing I had to learn in general was, because I mean, again, as a man, we're always going to see things. There's always going to be a better woman. You know what I'm saying? It never ends. It's never ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the way that you stay focused on the one you got is to put all your attention on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is my literally this is my priority. This is
the grass is greener where you water it.
Exactly. That right there, that concept right there is why I'm still married. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Literally, there's so many women out here, and you know what I'm saying? It's especially nowadays, it is not hard. You know what I'm saying? To find anybody's sex, get whatever you want. It's literally swipe, phone, boom, you in there. But it's like, you know, first of all, I'm gonna tell you a statistic that determines. So this, all that, the grass is greener where you water, that's dope. But this is another deterrent, yo. Did you know that they say that every 2 out of 3 people has herpes? They got the herpidirt, you know what I'm saying? They got the willy lump. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I almost got
that. You're right. That'll do it right there.
When I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Thankfully, that ain't happen.
Right.
But listen,
thank you, Lord, for the blood.
It exists. It is out there and it is real. So if you went out there,
a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, but herpes is like the common cold, bro.
Yeah, but them herpes.
You out there swanging and dangling. You know what I'm saying? That you can't dangling out here. You gonna find out real quick that it ain't all it's cracked up to be. You don't want to come home and bring your wife a Nestle Crunch bar. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening in a lot of places out here, yo. You know what I mean? Yep, get it in the bonnet. Get it on the bonnet. Don't spill it. But it be like that. And I'm like, but it's real though. And I'm like, people gotta realize.
I will never eat another Nestle Crunch bar ever again. Thank you.
Listen, it's real out here. You're welcome. This is what I do.
Yeah, but yeah, real. You're right. You are so right.
You don't want to play with it.
Now that's coming from the married couple. So coming from the single corner, being in a relationship. Listen, I think CJ, I think you have mentioned it. I'm not sure. It might have been Shan earlier saying communication. Communication is the key. Be real with it. If you are not in it to grow with somebody and be in a relationship and you just want, and I'm talking to the team Jackson right now. If you just in it to hit it, quit it, come back, taste it, go back out, you know, do whatever you want to do. Be upfront and be honest, because there are people out there that's down with that, and that's okay with that. Just communicate. If you're on the other side, if you're team Danae, team Bonnet, just also you communicate your heart. And if you're not happy, baby girl, sis, bro, king, if you are not happy, communicate that you are not happy. And if that person is not willing to make the changes and to commit and do, walk away. And don't look back. What's the quote that we had last week, Shan? 7.5 billion people in the world. Come on, okay? Like you have time and you have room to find someone else that is willing to team up with you and make life happen beautifully together instead of stressing yourself out. That's for the single people. That's for the people out here dating. I don't know. Now, when it comes to marriage, and both of y'all could touch up on this, if infidelity happens within the marriage, I know everybody has their line, but what would you say to somebody that's dealing with it in the marriage? Team Jackson, speak to Team Jackson, and then speak to Team Bonnet.
Team Jackson. I mean, so it really, I think one of y'all said, or maybe both of y'all said it, but it really is a case by case basis. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can just speak for myself, right? Like if my wife was to go out and cheat on me, because of the nature of our relationship, the first thing I'd have to do is ask myself, where did I go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because if she felt the need to actually leave and go find somebody else and felt, secure enough for somebody else to let them smash, then I have to really be like, what am I not doing? As a man, what am I not giving her? Again, not saying it's justified, but I would have to take responsibility in what it is that I'm not doing, because as a man, you're supposed to see these things coming before they happen. You see what I'm saying? So already I've slacked and I've been slipping if I didn't notice a downtrend in our relationship to the point where now she's with somebody else completely different. So I can't sit up here and scratch my head and point my finger at her. You know what I'm saying? I got to figure out what I did first. And if I see dude, I'm gonna sleep him. You know what I'm saying? But before that though, you know what I'm saying? I got to find out what's going on with me. And then, we can sit down and talk about it. And then based on what that conversation is, that would kind of determine, all right, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like, again, it's different for everybody. Like my personal situation, I would have to evaluate what's going on. Because I mean, we've been together for 14 years. So it's like, okay, something happened. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to get rid of 14 years for the fact that she went out and slept with somebody else? Depends. You know what I'm saying? But, it's something I have to think about now, because not just that, we have assets together. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of things that are intertwined the longer that you stay married. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as cut and dry as, all that. But as far as them, they are concerned, I mean, if you're in a relationship, I mean, you got to determine, is it worth it or not, man? And you're the only person that can decide that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say you should or you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the dynamics of your relationship.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it really, I would suggest going to a therapist, getting counseling, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, maybe seeing, all right, is this something? But then if he or she is unwilling to get counseling, that might give you an answer right there. Because that means that they like what they do and they find, or they felt justified. I don't got time for nobody to feel justified. Now that'd be the only thing. If she start feeling justified, it's like, oh, ain't no talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. I'll figure myself out on my own time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if there's a closed offness there, I don't know if closed offness is a word, but it is today. You know what I'm saying?
We feel you.
There's a closed offness there. You know what I mean? Then I feel like there's really nothing you can do, because you're not willing to work with the party.
Well, yeah, no, it takes two people for sure. Sham, what do you say for team Jackson, team Bonnet?
Team Bonnet. That team Bonnet is killing me.
Sorry. Her name is Danae. No disrespect.
No, but I like we've all said pretty much, like CJ was just saying, it is a case by case, because I know, like, at a certain point in my life, I was like, if that happens, it's a wrap. I'm gonna let you know right now. Like, my husband knows from jump. I was like, do that if you want to, and you gonna lose me, and you gonna lose a whole lot, because I'm great.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, that's, I had to say it like that. So
no,
I know also that I didn't really have to say that to him, because he was already like, nah, we already knew, like. But at the same time, because we're people, you know what I'm saying? I can't say, oh no, it's a wrap. Like, I could say that now, because honestly, that's how I felt. I felt like if that happened, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pack my bags. Peace out. You lost out. But if it actually happened, and like I said, witnessing it happening to people, and I've seen that happen, I can't say, oh, she shouldn't have stayed or nothing like that, because you really don't. You don't know unless you're in that person's shoes.
Exactly.
But I'm not, like I said, you're not gonna do that over and over and just, no, we're not doing that, because it's too many, like he said. It's too many people, like you say, even though you said it for the single people, it's too many people in the world to settle for foolishness. Like, that's ridiculous to me. And no, I'm not doing that. But I will say, he hit the nail on the head when he said, make sure you go to like therapy and counseling. And it does give you an answer if someone's like, if you're too prideful to go to counseling, you're willing to let go of your marriage, something that you claim that you're committed to, because of your pride, because that's all it really is. Like, I'm too embarrassed. Like, unfortunately, I've found or saw, like, of experience, like people telling me, a lot of married men don't want to tell somebody what they don't like. I don't want to buy in our business, but someone has to keep you accountable. You have to talk to someone. That's the only way it works. And you know what helps that? Before you even get to all of that, most of the time, you won't even get to all of that if you were already talking to someone about, you know what I'm saying, having someone,
communication,
somebody being accountable to, you have a covering, you have somebody, a friend, somebody that you're like, okay, what's up? You checking in, like, how's the married life? What's going on? if you continuously communicate, yes, with your spouse, but also with someone who can actually, they could feel, I feel you on this and
Right.
If you're messing up, that person's going to tell you you're messing up. You have to have people around you who are not going to always say yes. Yes, men are not, that's not it, especially for marriage, because people will tell you right all the time. And next thing you know, you feeding off of that. Oh yeah, I'm right. And he like, yeah, you got a dude telling you, yo, if my woman did look like that, I would cheat on her. That dude, you need not to be his friend anymore. Get rid of him ASAP. Because the real friend would have been like, you know what? Take her shopping, dog. Like that, she a reflection of you. You messing up. Like that's real talk.
Yeah.
Because
or vice versa too. Don't forget there are shady women out there too with good men at home, and they out there being not nice.
Right. It goes both ways. Like, ladies, if your man is like, like, all right, even if he's not into fashion, like some people are just like kind of set in their ways a little bit, and they're just like, okay, I don't care about this. He's not gonna tell you I'm not gonna wear that, because like I guarantee you, like he'll be willing to be like, all right, I'll wear the shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like, take care of each other. That's what marriage is all about. Like,
yes, looking out for each other and taking care of each other. And that brings me to the next part, and kind of starting to close out on this topic. Now, the outside looking in, you're a close friend to the person who's being cheated on, or the person that is cheating. Now, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Pastor John, let me do my air quotes, Pastor John Gray. But he, I believe last year was caught, cheating or in some infidelity of his wife. Pastor Joel Osteen kind of passed the baton to him. And so he became this, very well-known pastor and everything. And then was found to be stepping out on his wife. I'm not sure exactly the whole story, but I'm bringing him up in this instance because he took the opportunity to get on social media and make his statements about DerrickJxn after DerrickJxn did a whole video and they got into it actually over the situation. And instead of taking the opportunity to be Christ-like, he took the opportunity to be petty. And I say that to say this. If you're on the outside looking in, be quiet. Just kind of like, keep your comments to yourself. Because like Shan was saying and CJ was saying, we don't know the situation, and everything is case by case. And that's something I had to learn being a friend and to married women and stuff, because my single mindset does not work for a married woman's mindset. Because I'm like, girl, I will help you pack your bag. Let's go. Let's do that. You don't need that. And listening to, and obviously over time and growing and maturing, but also listening to the both of you today on the podcast, is different for everybody. I don't know all the work. I don't know all the emotions. I don't know all the assets. I don't know all of that. So if I'm on the outside looking in, the best thing I can do, I'm going to say, and then y'all can add in, is to pray, keep my comments to myself, but just lift them up in prayer and push them to God, push them to therapy, but don't be jumping in with you should do this, you should do that, because I believe that just adds to the pain and the hurt of what's already going on. Anybody want to add to that?
I am a firm believer of mind the business that pays you.
Well, there it is.
So I'm like, if I say something one time, I look and see how it's received, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give unsolicited advice anymore. You know what I'm saying? Unless I know that I have a relationship with that type of person that I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because what'll happen is you can get the best advice in the world. And this has happened to me so many times where it's like, hey, you should do that. And it's right. It makes perfect sense. I was 100% right. But here they go. And he always in a business. Then I become the bad guy. And then these people, exactly what I said was going to happen happens. And then it's just like, but you save yourself a headache, a heartache. It's just like, yo, I'm like, listen, I told this to somebody the other day, man. Honestly, live your life as an example for other people, because what you do will speak louder than what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's why anybody try to hear D-Jack right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's talking a lot, but his mouth is not matching his actions. You see what I'm saying? D-Jack is a pathological liar and a sociopath. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got Team Bonnet, I got D-Jack.
Yes.
Call him D-Jack
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
me too.
my boy D-Jack. You
He's
know what I'm saying?
D-Jack now from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
I'm just like, mind your business, keep it moving.
Yeah, you're yeah. Shan, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I'm D-Jack should have you know, taken some time away, and not sometimes you just got to learn when to be quiet. And I feel like John Gray, sir, please be quiet.
Right, you too, sir.
This is too, first of all, it's too soon. It's too soon. Relax. Hold up.
Well, that goes into a whole nother issue when
She
it comes
said
down to the body
relax.
of Christ in general.
Hold up.
Yes.
For you to say, hey, Derrick, you remember when I responded to your words about me? You remember when I posted videos about you? Neither do I. To be clear, I've slept with one woman in my life, my wife, but that does not absolve me of the wrong I did do. Any interaction or communication with anyone was wrong. You know what? I'm not reading the rest of this. That's foolishness. Listen, mind your business, sir. This ain't your this ain't for you.
It's not right.
And my thing is,
go
even
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Even if y'all had a beef, that wasn't the time at all to
No.
be like, oh, now sir, and then you putting the spotlight back on yourself.
Mhm.
Then can you like just go sit down
This is
somewhere?
a
Worry about you and yours.
narcissistic clown circus. These people are just trying to, they all fighting for the limelight and they looking foolish. Go ahead, CJ. What was you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, man, that like, because I think I started to say it earlier and got sidetracked by another thought. I mean, so first of all, nobody can make God look like anything because it's God. But like, this is the latest example in the body and American Christianity as it's being perceived falling apart. And God is dismantling it piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people out here slapping the name of God onto this foolishness, and God didn't co-sign none of this. So it's like, you know, it's annoying because I have friends that aren't believers, you know what I'm saying, atheists, agnostic and stuff like that. And to see some of their memes, I'm just like, it's like, but there's really nothing I can say.
But
outside
right, you're like, no lies
not,
detected. Like,
yeah, it's like, this doesn't really represent us, but then it really does, because the Bible says that they will know me by how you love each other. You see what I'm saying? And that's why American Christianity is falling flat on its face. But that's another topic for another time.
Body issues, that we are having issues in the body, and it starts with talking about it instead of sweeping it under the rug, instead of ignoring it, instead of treating it like, oh, well, that's modern Christianity, that's just how it is now. No, none of this is okay. No. And so I am thankful for this platform that we are taking that step of faith, because you don't see a lot of people getting up and talking about this stuff as openly as we've been doing. You know, and I just pray that God continues to lead us as we venture into some unknown uncharted territory, because this is gonna get real and get rough. But I do want to go ahead and just take the opportunity now, as we're going to get ready to close out the show, to pray for anybody that may be going through these issues and dealing with this stuff right now in their lives. So, Father God, you are all powerful. You are all knowing. You know everything about us. The things that we speak, the things that we say out loud, and the things that we don't, the things that we hide away from others and that we just deal with privately. Whether we are the ones that want to step out, that has that lust inside of us, this insatiable sexual, you know, just got to be out here with everybody, and we're struggling with that. We know that it's wrong, but for some reason we just can't stop it. Or if we're on the other side of the fence, where we're in a relationship, or always seem to find ourselves in these situations where people are stepping out on us, and now we think something's wrong with us. God, you are the God of all. You are the God of all. The people that are doing wrong, the people that are hurting, the people that are depressed, the people that are hiding, the people that are just out here letting it just all fly out. You are the God of everyone. And all we have to do is just come to you. All we have to do is just ask you to help us, give you our hurt. All we have to do is give you our pain, give you our struggles. And your word says that you will be right there. All we have to do is call on your name, and you say that you'll be right there for us, God. So God, I'm praying not only for just myself and everybody on this show, but everybody that's listening, that wherever we fall short, God, that we just remember to call on your name, and to remember that you are all powerful and you will be there to rescue us and save us. But we got to hand it over to you. and we have to be ready to let it go. I also want to take this opportunity for anybody that wants to receive the Lord Jesus Christ in their life. You keep hearing us talk about the Lord and talk about God, and you want to know, how can I get him in my life? All you have to do is say a very simple prayer and just say, God, I need you. I can't make it in life without you. I'm tired of trying, so I'm giving it to you. God, I make you Lord and Savior of my life. Right now, I make you Lord and Savior of my life. Come in, clean me up, make me new again, so that I can live with you forever. If you said those words and if you believe it truly in your heart, guess what? You are in the family with us. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Go ahead, Shan. You could go ahead.
So we just want to take this time to thank everyone listening, everybody watching. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Thank you, CJ, for joining us.
Yeah.
Already.
Awesome, amazing.
Hey.
Amazing.
I love how Mo says all. I love the New York accent. You know what I'm saying? She was praying out, Lord, just all of them. All of them, God.
All of us.
I'm saying all of them be. Just save all of them, God.
Us New Yorkers.
I love it. I love it.
But, that's that New York prayer. Don't mess with that.
Right.
I got my Timbs on. Y'all can't see it.
So listen, guys, remember, comment, like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff, okay? Y'all see what we're about. You see what the episode was about.
Body issues.
Body issues.
Body yada 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 yada. Huh?
Hey.
The foolishness continues and never stops.
I love it though. I love it here. I love it. Guys, don't forget, if you like Charles' gear, we're going to put the information down in the comment section so that you can definitely scoop that up, and it'll be on the social media pages. If you're listening on the podcast, if you like my shirt, I'll leave the link to where you can get that. If you like Shan's look, just holler in the comments and be like, Shan, girl, you doing it.
Hey, down there looking like MTV News. That's quality up here. You know what I'm saying? Such and Pac, but you black though. Let's go.
I can't. Guys, we love you so much. Thanks for joining in with us. Y'all enjoy your weekends. Be safe. Let your light shine bright, and we will catch you on the next one.
All right.
Bye, guys.